plenty of games that I was already excited for, but this year's E3 gave me more games to include on this list. I had my eye on more games than I did last year, so I am able to rank the top 10 games that excite me the most instead of the top 5. I just hope this is enough to wash out that bad taste in my mouth from thinking about those 15 characters I had to talk about in my last list, and the bad taste out of your mouths from the list itself. So let's cut the rambling and get on with the show. What can I say about Splatoon 2? At first it seems like it won't be all that different from the first Splatoon, until you see some of the new abilities. A paint cloud? Paint jet rockets? Those look like they'll be cool. There are even some new puzzle elements like conveyor belts, roll-up platforms, zip lines, bowling balls, and hopefully so much more. I bet it will be fun to use those to progress through the levels again. Putting the levels in paint was pretty fun, and I bet it will be just as fun as it was in the first. We'll just have to wait and see until this Friday when it comes out. But what else can I say about Splatoon 2? It looks fun, has cool abilities. I think I covered everything there is to talk about here. So let's move on to the next entry before I get too desperate to find things to say. I mean, get off topic.
We're under attack!
I really don't understand why so many people are upset about the Hey Pikmin game. What, is it because it's a different style of Pikmin game? Seriously, starting petitions to cancel it without explaining why it'll be bad? What the heck? It still looks like it'll play out like a normal installment, just with a different gameplay style. I really enjoy the Pikmin games, and this looks like it'll be enjoyable just like those installments. Especially since you can finally swim and fly. Being a side-scroller doesn't automatically make it bad. If anything, you used to be complaining about the plot being a ripoff of the first and second games, and even then, that's not enough to ruin an entire game. It could drag it down, yes, but not completely ruin it in a game that isn't even known for plot. Besides, it has been confirmed that we are, in fact, getting a Pikmin 4. This is just a spin-off. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this installment, in spite of what some nostalgia-blind people say.
You two must keep going. No, I'm coming with you.
Yoshi's Woolly World was already a really fun game, so when I heard they were giving it a sequel, you can tell that I was proud to hear this. More fun adventures with a yarn-crafted version of Yoshi in some yarn-filled areas sounds like a promising idea. And it does look like the closest Yoshi game we have to being a 3D platformer with some of its mechanics. Even though the whole going to the other side of the level idea has been used in some levels of Woolly World, it looks like it has more potential here. The papercraft style looks like it'll also be very interesting to me. However, I am raising a bit of an eyebrow because I'm worried that the whole collect enough collectibles of a certain kind to fully complete and get 100% each stage of a world in order to play a secret stage formula will get extremely old. It might make Yoshi's Island no longer feel special to me, like how Super Mario Bros. 3 felt after I played the new Super Mario Bros. Games. Well, at least the Yoshi games will have some things to differentiate themselves from other games in the series, so I guess it won't get old as quickly. Let's just hope I'm wrong about Yoshi's Island losing what made it special for me. The new Sonic 2017 game that's being released finally has an official name, Sonic Forces. Ever since last year, it still looks promising. Like I said, the idea of a villain taking over the world sounds like a very dark concept for a Sonic game. Also, one thing I neglected to mention last year is how it would be nice to see classic Sonic teaming up with modern Sonic here. But if there's one thing I'm worried about, is that all the levels in the game will just be remakes of levels from past games like Generations did. I like the reimagining of the levels in Sonic Generations, but I also like to see some actually new ones. But with the levels we do have, seeing post-apocalyptic versions of them, they look like they do give off a sense of fear and still feel like a classic Sonic game. That's why this game appeals to me. Will I like it as much as Sonic Colors? I highly doubt it. But I might just like it as much as Sonic Unleashed and Sonic Heroes. But who knows? Only time will tell. But whether they do or not, I'm definitely going to buy this game when it comes out. Oh, would you look at that? They're finally listening to their fans. Bring us 2 new Metroid games, Prime 4 and Samus Returns. While I personally am more excited for Prime 4 because it'll be completely new and has a better chance of redeeming Samus and making her my favorite video game character again, unless they stupidly make that secret company they're having work on the game being Team Ninja, I'm only including games that actually have footage, so that leaves us with Samus Returns. Metroid 2 Return of Samus was pretty decent, but dragged down by weird music and being even easier to get lost in the overworld than the first Metroid, thanks to the lack of color. I expect that this game will fix both of those problems. If there's one worry I have, it's that I heard it'll be partially developed by a company that's apparently made some pretty bad games. But on the other hand, revisiting an old classic, exploring a much-enhanced planet SO388 in one of the darkest Metroid games, there's no denying how pumped up I am for this exciting adventure.
I am Marth, the Prince of Altea. We've come here to save you.
I enjoy the two Xenoblade games that we have so far, though I prefer Chronicles over X, but I still like both games. So it's only natural that I would have good expectations from Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Even though I still want that X sequel to resolve this one thing in Xenoblade Chronicles X, I still can't wait to see wide open overworlds and hear beautiful music once again. Though if there's one thing I'm dreading, I'm worried it'll take forever to get the hang of it like it did for me in the first two Xenoblade games. Also, seeing anime-style characters in a realistic game, something about it seems kind of odd for me. But it'll probably grow on me. Still pretty hyped. Hope they make the map system like it was in the first Xenoblade Chronicles, because it was a lot cooler seeing the map being filled out as you go on, and you don't have to do those annoying things in order to unlock the warp points. But even if they don't have it the way I want it, I'm very pumped to get my hands on this game, no doubt about it. I just hope I don't think I hate it at first, like I thought I did with Xenoblade Chronicles X before it grew on me.
Get it together, you two. If you can't do this, who can?
Kirby has always been an awesome franchise to me ever since I first got my hands on his games, so you can already tell that I have high hopes for the upcoming Kirby title on the Nintendo Switch. It doesn't have an official name yet, but that's common with newly announced games. As for the graphics, oh my gosh, just look at them! Even Wispy Woods looks cool now. They even gave us back the water ability, which people have been begging these guys to do. They also brought back the partner system, which this time it lets you have not one, not two, but 3 partners at your side. And after a whole decade, now they're finally bringing back ability mixing. It even looks like it'll work like it did in Kirby 64, which I'm glad about. We already have the Curling Stone, Fire Sword, and a cool looking new ability called the Water Bomb, so hopefully that means we'll have a lot of possibilities. Oh yeah, and there's also a co-op, but that doesn't really matter to me because I'm the only one who lives in this house that's a gamer. Oh well, even alone, I definitely want it.
You fought your way this far. There's nothing you two can't do.
Oh my gosh, Super Mario Odyssey looks like it's going to be absolutely amazing. You remember Sonic 06 and how it looked spectacular, but in the end was ruined by terrible gameplay and glitches? Well, this looks like the Mario equivalent of what Sonic 06 could have been. It might even be the best Mario game ever, and has settings similar to places around the world, which I really love. And it looks like this Nudong City place might be a hub area. Last time we had a hub world in a major Mario title was in Mario Galaxy 2. And even then, it was really small and didn't have much to do in it. But at last, we finally have one. Also, using Mario's hat to possess enemies looks like it'll also be a lot of fun. And I wonder how much creativity you'll be able to have from possessing inanimate objects. You can even turn 2D in some areas like in Zelda Link Between Worlds. This looks like it's good enough to be number 1. So why isn't it number 1? It's another Bowser kidnapped Peach plot. And if you saw my last countdown, which you probably wish you hadn't, you'd know how sick and tired I am about those. But even with the worst plots, Mario games still manage to be a lot of fun. So in spite of that one fault, this game looks like it'll be very, very good.
Alright, let's move out!
Working together, we can finish this!
As I told you in my 2016 games list, Sun and Moon were very beautiful games, with lovable characters and beautiful storyline. And so, I, like many people, was hoping for another version of this. Turns out, there's an awesome new game coming out, or 2 to be exact, called Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. I expect them to be amazing games as well. More fun adventures in the Alola region, with an alternate story that I expect great things from. Also, it looks like now Necrozma will have Lunala and Solgaleo forms. One thing I'm hoping for is that we get some new Alola forms, like maybe an Alolan Hippowdon that's a water and ground type, and maybe some more unique type combinations, like maybe an Alolan Flygon or Alolan Yanmega as a bug dragon type. I don't get why some people were upset about its reveal. Some wanted Sinnoh remakes, some expected new Alola games. What, were you expecting both to be revealed at the same time? They could only appeal to one or the other, so don't antagonize Nintendo like this. How do you know they won't give us Sinnoh remakes at all? There's still hope. But for now, let's get excited for these two. Kingdom Hearts 3. What else could it have been? Like I said last year, I'm glad that Donald and Goofy will finally become party members with you again, and I'm excited for the new worlds. While I do have questions as to why Square Enix needs to constantly bring back Hercules for some stupid reason, as opposed to something more deserving like Beauty and the Beast or The Lion King, Mount Olympus is looking good, and I love what they did with Maleficent, Hades, and Pete's designs. Besides, at least now we have a chance of fighting the Lava Titan and Tornado Titan, but let's not get our hopes up just yet. Looks like you can finally have Donald, Goofy, and the World Party members in at the same time. Speaking of which, after all these years, Hercules is finally a party member. And no, Recoded doesn't count. Also, we have a Tangled, Big Hero 6 world, and we finally got our first ever Pixar world, Toy Story. After 15 years, we finally got one. It looks like it'll be at Andy's new house. Well, there goes my hopes of being able to go to Sid's house. No big deal. They could have done worse. By that, I mean they could have actually made the "we will show you a new world at the D23 Expo" news a lie like I was told it would be. Wait, am I saying things? You're teaming up with Woody and Buzz here? That gives me hope for even more possibilities. Like maybe teaming up with more than one of the Incredibles if we get an Incredibles world. Or being able to team up with both Anna and Elsa if we get a Frozen world. I hope this isn't just a Toy Story exclusive thing. The hype is just too real. The sheer quality is enough to put it as my #1 game I'm looking forward to.